Hello, my loves. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Unique, the travel blogger behind My Parisian Life and the event planner at Elope in Paris. And today we are back with another Wedding Wednesday. Okay, so for this week, I thought it would be super cool if we could get into a little bit about the frequently asked questions. There's a lot of frequently asked questions. However, I tried to narrow this list down, and as usual, I try to do my videos in one take because why not? It's fun. It's spontaneous. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you are, wherever you're watching from. And so the first question is how to get married in France, right? Not just Paris, but how does someone go about getting married in France if you're not French? Si vous n'êtes pas français ou française, c'est un petit peu difficile. Ça veut dire que c'est très, très dur même. So it's a bit difficult to get married in France when you're not a native or not French, because we have a two-step process, which is you have to go through the city hall of whatever city you live in. And then also we have like the religious ceremony. So typically what happens is I ask all my clients to perform their ceremonies actually back home, and that way we can have a symbolic ceremony here in Paris. Otherwise, you'd have to be living in Paris or France for at least 40 days and be able to show that, to have proof of residency. There's a lot of other administrative things that goes along with that I could help you with if you so choose to go down that route. But it is a bit more tedious than actually getting married first, officially back home, and then coming to Paris to have a symbolic ceremony, right? And so the next question is, how far in advance would I have to book? I'd say give yourself at least a year, even if you're thinking of doing a couple only elopement, a couple only ceremony, just because at the end of the day, you want to have a stress-free ceremony and you want to have all the pieces come together as seamlessly as possible. And the more time we have to put everything together, the more our minds can be at ease, right? And we can also make sure that we're getting the venue that we want. We're making sure that we're getting the photographer we want, the videographer we want, because everyone's calendar starts to book up at least a year in advance. That's just how it goes in Paris, because the best are booked first. Another question I get is, can we customize packages? We have 3 types of packages here at Elope in Paris, but we also have many different types of services that we can create, just because, you know, I've mentioned this before. In addition to being a wedding planner, I'm also a travel planner. So I plan a lot of trip planning for families or for solo travel, for women who are coming to Paris by themselves, or even bachelorette parties. So there's many different types of services that I provide. So the answer is yes, I can customize your package. And we have many different types of locations, many different types of activities that we can do here in Paris. And so the next question is the best time of year. To be honest, there's no bad time of year. I personally don't plan weddings in the winter months, which is December, January, February, just because that's my off time and I like to go on vacation, and my birthday is in January, and I just like to go and travel and go back to Jamaica or New York during that time and have a Christmas holidays with the family. But the best time of year typically for us begins with the cherry blossom season. That's like from April, May on to September. A little bit maybe into the end of October. I've had weddings as well through November and through to Thanksgiving. So I just say typically any time of year. However, for me, December, January, February are oftentimes just off the table. The best time of day. So the best time of day really depends on you, to be honest, and it depends on the type of ceremony that we're creating. If we're going for a more traditional ceremony where there is more people involved or you have more guests, I'd say we'd go with the traditional timing where we have sort of like an afternoon ceremony that leads into our reception, and then we have, you know, sunset. However, if you're doing like a couple only elopement, I like to tell my clients that the best shots where we're getting those beautiful backdrops of Paris, the iconic monuments, are gonna be really early morning. So early morning ceremonies are the best for the couple only elopements. And then last frequently asked question is about weather. You know, a lot of people are like, well, what happens if it rains? What's a plan B? I always have a plan B. I have a plan B and I have a plan C. And then also if it rains, you know, there's a lot of things that we can do if we've chosen an indoor or outdoor ceremony location. So leave that to me. That's why you hire a wedding planner or an elopement planner, because we take the stress out of the day, and we've been through situations where it has rained when we've had weddings, and we know what to do. So that's it for frequently asked questions today.